Creepy Uncle Joe Biden made women uneasy. Sorry shouldn't be the hardest word. We're not really going to talk that much about Creepy Uncle Joe this time. Instead, we're going to take a look at this, the Me Too movement. Because let's face it, if it wasn't for the Me Too movement, Creepy Uncle Joe could still be happily prancing around as Creepy Uncle Joe. How does this affect our modern world? Well, for one thing, if you've happened to see the new movie Shazam, you might have noticed there was a small child in that movie who was a hugger. That's right, she's one of those people that just randomly walks up and hugs anyone with her arms all the way around, grasping, possibly suffocating the air out of the one she's grabbed. Though that doesn't happen in the movie, no spoilers there. And our question is this the face of the Me Too movement? Oh, I don't mean one of the people that we're supporting to say, hey, we are on your side. No. Remember, she is the hugger. And it is, no spoilers, there are other people in the movie that get hugged by her unwillingly. And from the look on their face, they're not really that interested. Well, let's take a look at this Me Too movement.org webpage, shall we? Hello, and welcome to the Tea Party Hardy channel, where the party is just getting started. Current events looked at through a skeptical eye using science, history, and sometimes humor to explore the events of the day. Let's get down to business. Let's see what it says. For the survivors. Did you know people were dying from this? That is news to... Wow! I've heard a lot about the Me Too movement. I did not know people were dying, but I'm happy to know there are survivors. But again, who died? Well, let's find out. Let's see if it tells. For survivors. God bless you all. You survived. You didn't die. Yay! You can find a comprehensive database consisting of local and national organizations dedicated to providing services and, well, there's that modern word also, safe spaces for survivors of sexual violence. Who's dying? Oh my gosh, who is dying from this? I read the news a lot, and if you pay attention to my channel, some of that's obvious. Who is dying from this? Oh my gosh, this is such news to me. Well, anyways, you can find out about the people that survived. Apparently not any information about those that didn't. You can hear healing stories, as well as articles, and a glossary of terms to help give voice to your experiences. Oh, that's interesting. That's really interesting. As well as articles and a glossary of terms to help give voice. Wow, you're not alone. Wow, glossary. When you go to websites, I can't say as I've run into a whole lot of glossaries for terms to help give voice to anybody's experiences. This site just has lots of information I didn't know. But again, we're trying to deal with the topic at hand, which is this little girl from Shazam the face of evil? Is she the one that is, according to the Me Too movement.org page, is she one of the ones out there killing people? Is she the one that isn't sparing people to allow them to be survivors? No. Does this hugger wrap her arms around so tightly that she removes the life and they are no longer survivors? That's what we want to know. And here at the Tea Party Hardy channel, we promise to give you, and we do it as often as we can, a different perspective on these things. And our perspective is, first of all, we didn't know people were dying from Me Too. Had no clue. That is total news to us. We didn't know that you need a glossary of terms to help people give voice to your experiences. Mercy. That is also news to us. We're still trying to incorporate that in our brain, what that means to have a glossary to help you give voice to your experiences. Because as much as we didn't know people were dying from this, we didn't know you'd have to have that. But we try not to do rambling, and we are rambling. So we're going to wrap it up as this. Is this the face of the Me Too beast? Is this what our future is? Telling people you may not ever touch another human being without their permission. And if you do, and let's not forget, This movie was written by adults. Yes, there's a child actress playing out the role. And quite adorably so, okay? I'm just going to give that spoiler. Quite adorably so. So here's this kid. And the writers, who are adults, wrote this. And they wrote in The Little Hugger. And nowhere in the movie, oh, first spoiler. Warning, warning, first spoiler. Does anyone dissuade her from her actions? No one looks at her and says, excuse me, you did not ask permission to hug him. Or her, as the case may be. And how do we know they'll survive? Will they need to find a glossary to express their concern and give voice to their stories? Why does the writers of Shazam think it's okay to encourage these behaviors in children without showing them that if you do this, you could land up being attacked right back by the Me Too movement? And you think I'm kidding? You think I'm kidding? Look at all of the people that have been wrongfully taken down by the Me Too movement. There are people that have been taken down by the Me Too movement that maybe they should have. But to name names here, what Al Franken did was inappropriate. Taking that picture of a sleeping woman and doing what he did with his hands in the photograph, he did not touch her, and doing that with his hands was inappropriate. Did that mean he should have lost his job on the Senate? Well, he eventually thought yes, because he's the one that did resign. He didn't have to resign, but Kirsten Gillibrand came after him so that she could eventually run for president with that as a notch under her belt. And so he's gone. Should he have been gone? No. Should he have been talked to? Yes. What about John Lasseter of Pixar? According to the reports, he was a hugger too, just like that little girl from Shazam. He no longer is the president of Pixar. He doesn't work there anymore because he too was a hugger, just like her. So why isn't she being blasted in the movie by the people who work in Hollywood, where John Lasseter worked? Why isn't the opportunity that the writers had to come after that little girl and say, whoa, back up, little lady. That's not the way we handle things around here. If you grow up and keep doing that, you'll be just like a fellow who worked for Pixar, started the company from the point of view of operating it. He didn't actually invent the company, but he made it what it was. And he's gone because of those actions that you've been running around doing there, lassie. You better let it go right now. Walk away. Just walk away. You want these people to die? Do you? Because guess what? If you kill them, they won't be survivors. They won't need a glossary. And that's all we have to say about that. We'll see you in the future.